Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Anastasia. This is my lovely dog Lolo. She's interested in my little remote. Hey baby. Hey. And I'm going to be showing you how I make my bullet journal. This month's theme has been the Lunar New Year, and it is Year of the Ox, which is actually the year I was born in. So I'm very excited for this theme. If you will, please look in the description to see what you can do to stop Asian hate crimes, as there has been an increase in them. And while I'm doing this monthly spread that is inspired by Asian culture, I would like to call attention to that issue. So if you will, please look in the description for resources, how to report crimes, and how you can educate yourself on the issue. All right? Okay, good. Thank you so much for doing that. And as always, I'll be showing you how I get my inspiration and what materials I use. And so let's get started. So first we're going to start with my to-do page, and I'm going in with this Tombow dual brush pen and filling in some of the details that I want to be this color, and I'll be switching between the brush tip and the pen part of it. And I work on the lantern and then the firework, and I'm going in with a Sakura Jelly Roll gold metallic pen and filling in some of those details. I kind of use this pen intermittently. I'll fill in some details and go back and do other details later. So then I choose this Tombow marker, which is slightly lighter red, and I fill in other details that I'm using. I apologize if this sounds kind of, if my voice sounds weird or if the background noise is kind of strange, because I am recording in my vehicle because it is one of the few quiet places I can actually get. I'm ready to move into my new home somewhere in Washington and have a nice quiet office space again. And there I am finishing up the lantern, and I'm drawing to do with a Fudenosuke pen. I hope I said that right, but it is by Tombow USA, and I wanted the font to be kind of a brush script, so here I am just making sure that I thought the font came out that way, like a calligraphy brush. And on the bottom here I'm drawing kind of this little design that I saw that I thought would look nice on this page. It didn't quite turn out the way I wanted it to, so I didn't incorporate it on any other pages, but I'm using the gold Jelly Roll pen again, and it took a minute to do, honestly, because it took just the same motion over and over, and again, it didn't quite come out the way I wanted it to. I wanted it to be a little more rounded, a little bit more consistent, but overall, it turned out okay, just not as great. But the mantra on here is to, just do things for you, and, it doesn't have to be perfect to be nice. It just has to be for you, and so this is what we're doing it for, just for me. So, I really had a hard time figuring out where I wanted it to stop. I probably should have stopped it a little bit earlier, but there it is. And then on the bottom, I kind of messed up this design because I erased it and then didn't go back to it, so I'm just using my straight edge to kind of make a faux version of the design. But yeah, just a small little border right there. And then moving on to my trackers page. Now what I'm doing in the corners is what the last corner was supposed to be, so hopefully it will turn out a little bit better this time. But I'm just kind of tracing over it this time before erasing it, because last time I erased it and I completely forgot what it looked like and didn't think to turn the page over to look at it because I forgot it was even on the next page. So here I am using my straight edge, and after erasing it I use the same pen to write the title here and then the word mood and spasms. I use these to track just how I'm feeling from day to day, both physically and mentally. If you did not see my last video, my spasms are just kind of in my hands and different areas of my body. So here I am going in with a Pigma Micron 05 pen, and I didn't use my stencil, and I decided I didn't quite get the feel I wanted, so I went in with my stencil and filled it in. And I'm just going to do that for every single day. Thankfully, February was, if you started your calendar on a Monday, February was just a very, very nice rectangle, so that's all I had to do here, and I just did the same thing. Both of my trackers look the same, both mood and spasms. So thankfully, when I get those done, it's pretty good once I figure out the design. It's pretty easygoing. I made a mistake on the last Monday in my mood tracker. But yeah, again, this is for us. I didn't fix it, but you can take a Jelly Roll white pen, or even just some whiteout, or even white paint, and just go back and not really erase it, but get rid of the extra markings. And so here I am creating my key. If you want to. I didn't want to get rid of it just because I was being kind of lazy, and I didn't have the materials close by. Didn't feel like getting up. And it doesn't really bother me that that's right there. But if you're a person that it bothers you, or you would take more intricate pictures than I do, then you are free to use a whiteout or anything, like I said, to fix those mistakes. And here I'm writing my keys. I wrote the faces in on the top, and on the bottom I'm writing what each circle represents for the month. And once that's done, I erase what I need to, and then I move on to my daily blessings. This page was pretty straightforward, as it typically is, because I try to leave a lot of room for being able to write. And so if something happens, or if a day is like kind of crazy and there are several things I want to write down, I want to be able to have that room. So all I have is the title, a lantern, and the envelope in the very bottom of the page. And thankfully the gold pen it doesn't tend to bleed through for me. It doesn't, so I can actually use it over colors. So that's why I colored the envelope the way that I did, and was able to go back over it with a gold pen, like I will here in a moment. And here I am writing the days of the month. And just little dashes next to them, because I would write them there anyway. I wrote it in red instead of gold this time. I think I wrote the numbers in gold, but the actual sentences, or the numbers in red and the actual sentences in gold. And then I added the gold detail to the envelope on the bottom. At this point, I did not realize that my camera had shifted. I think Lolo may have leaned up against it on the floor. So I'm sitting up at a counter, and I finally noticed it and was able to fix it. I'm just doing my corners again, and then using the same pen to write a title. And again, I'm going for that calligraphy brush type of font. And I think it came out pretty well. Not as evenly spaced as I wanted, but the font itself fairly well. And I'm coloring my oranges. That is a Tombow. All of the markers I use in this are a Tombow dual brush pens. And here I am going in with my envelopes, both of them looking slightly different. I didn't add any gold detail to these envelopes because I am just going to put a piece of paper on top of it, and if you see those pens and stuff moving, my little sister is actually coloring in front of me. She was using my Tombow markers for coloring books, and I don't mean like the really simple, I mean like the very intricate coloring books. She really likes those, and so she was using my pens to help color some of those. So if you see the color key and the pens kind of roaming around, that's what was going on. She was grabbing them or checking them or looking for something, and it was a really fun time to make this bullet journal with her right in front of me. And so I'm working on the lanterns now after finishing the envelopes. And these lanterns looked a little bit different because I wanted to add something different besides just the same things on every page. So 2 of the lanterns look the same and 2 of them are different. And I thought this page, while simple, turned out very well. I know that there are only 8 places to put a playlist, but the blank spaces on the bottom is where another album cover will go. I tried to draw fans, but they weren't quite turning out the way I wanted, and I wasn't really comfortable drawing much because I don't want to appropriate anything. So I thought it best to just stick to a blank space instead of trying to force something that wasn't happening organically in my bullet journaling. But here I am going in with details on the lanterns with my gold Jelly Roll pen. This month, I think I used that thing half to death. I mean, I'm going to have to get a new pen because at the beginning of the month, it was almost completely full, and at the end of the month, after all the details and all the daily blessings, it was almost completely run out, so I've got to go get myself another one. Definitely going to go to Michael's and get one. But overall, I think this page turned out pretty well. And after I put the details on them, it's
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, or you enjoyed seeing Lolo, oh, she's sleepy. If you enjoyed seeing any of that, then please subscribe. If you want to see even more of that, head over to my Instagram at Grandmama. It's me, Anastasia. And thank you again so much for watching. If you will, again, check the description for what you can do to stop Asian hate. And thank you again for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye!